Hi friends, this is Arun and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to talk about another interesting topic which is about money habits for personal finance. I want to specifically talk about this topic because I've been following these habits for almost 2 years now and I've also customized those things to my needs and I've reaped the maximum benefit out of it. By following these habits, I'm able to save more, invest more, and also able to have fun without any guilt or without any stress. So, without much ado, let's jump into the topic. The first habit which I'm going to talk about is clean up your debts or clean up all your loans. Your first priority in personal finance should always be about cleaning up your debt. Do not take loan unless absolutely necessary. But even if you have taken any personal loan or any EMI on a product, finish that up first. But in case of other loans like home loans or car loans, we cannot say to finish that up, right? Because it's difficult to finish that over a span of say 2 or 5 years or even 10 years, right? In those scenarios, like in home loan or a car loan, make sure your debt is manageable. You can even avoid taking those loans, but then home and car is something personal and it's not possible to buy those things without any loans, right? So even if you take these type of loans, in these cases, make sure your debt is manageable. I mean manageable by means of try to take up the loan for an exact amount and for an exact tenure, and your EMI amount should also be manageable. I have talked about this in detail. Make sure to see that video if you want to know more details about how to choose the right loan amount at the tenure. Second habit is about save and then spend. What this says is you have to first, whenever you get your monthly income or your salary, first save, allocate your money for savings, and then spend the remaining. You can follow any rule like 50, 30, 20. It says 50 to your needs, 30 to your wants, and 20% to your savings. Follow any rules, but the thing is, always spend on your needs, then allocate amount for your savings, and then spend the rest of the amount on your fund expenses. What this helps you is you can spend the remaining amount without any guilt. Third habit is tracking your finances. This is very, very important because tracking your monthly expenses will give you an overall picture of where your expenses goes and where you spend a lot. So this is simple. With an Excel sheet, you can easily track all your expenses and note the items on which you are spending. This also helps you to see which items consume how much of your money, and if you want to give priority to some particular item in your bucket, you can even shift some amount from one item to the other. Tracking your expenses also helps you make way for new items in your bucket. Say if you want to start eating healthier, so taking fruits, you know from which amount you have to borrow because your overall income is fixed. We just talked about this in detail in another video, tracking your expenses, where I have easy way of tracking your expenses. So make sure to check that video. Next habit is about increase your earnings. There's no point in planning your finance without increasing your income. When your income is very less, whatever money you get will be enough for your daily or monthly expenses. Yes, you can save as little as possible, but according to me, instead of saving those small amounts, it's better to spend that small amount on your personal growth, improve your skills, and increase your income, and so that you can save more in the future. So make sure you increase your income, and then we can think about other topics on the personal finance. Next topic is make sure you always think and then buy a product. I wouldn't talk about this for any for usual spendings like your expenses which you have already allocated as part of your monthly expenses. I'm talking about things which are not part of your regular spending. Say, an extra holiday you want to go this year, or you want to buy an iPhone. Make sure you think twice before spending on these things. Take an Excel sheet, note down the pros of spending you're going to do, and see if it in some way it saves your time or increases your productivity. For example, say the extra holidays you have planned is for friends get together, your school friends get together happening after a long time, right? So you can make way for this because it's. But you can always plan this and budget this one so that it's falls within your budget. And since you're already tracking your expenses, you know from where to borrow if you're going on this trip. Yeah, so make sure you think twice before you buy. Even possible, try to postpone the decision for 2 weeks or 2 months and then think it over again. And if you feel the same thought at that time again, then you can go ahead and buy it. The next habit which I'm going to talk about is building up emergency fund and buying insurances. Emergency fund is something which you always you build up for at least 6 months for meeting your needs. This world of uncertainty, uh, if something happens to your job or to you, it's always healthier to have an emergency fund which will meet up all your needs for at least 6 months, so that you can find your job, a new job, or your family can manage things and get out of it. Also, it's good to have a health insurance plan. Health expenditure is going to take away a big part of your savings when something happens. So make sure you have a good health insurance. And also try to have a term insurance if you do have a home loan or you have a big debt on you. Having an emergency budget, having a health insurance and a term loan if required will will make sure it will give you a peace of mind. Let's have it is about make sure you invest or not just save. Saving is just about having your money in your bank account, and investment is something which makes your money grow. So having your amount in your bank is not enough, as your money depreciates in value. If you just have your money in your account. Make sure you invest rightly, be it simple as investing in fixed deposits or to complex item like investing stock markets. But make sure you invest, do some research, and then invest, and make sure your money grows so that your money grows to at least to beat inflation. See my invest or pay off debt video, which talks about investing or clearing your debt. So it makes a good sense depending upon the individual scenario. The next habit is about lessen your tax. Tax savings plays a big part once you cross a threshold in income. Say like you fall under the 30% bracket. Yes, tax savings matters a lot. So make sure you do you make the right tax decisions, invest in the right instruments so that you can claim your taxes, and in that way you know your money is also saved. But don't stress too much on saving your taxes. Invest in wrong instruments. Make sure you make at least a minimum tax saving plan and invest accordingly. Last is about you're using your credit card wisely. Credit card is always looked upon as a bad financial product, right? But then if credit card is used in the right way, it can give you a lot of good benefits as well. So what I mean by that is make sure whatever you spend on your credit card is your planned expenses. Say I'm planning to buy a movie ticket, or say I'm planning to pay my children fees. Say I'm doing my grocery shopping at a supermarket. So all these are planned expenses, and do use your credit card in these expenses, because all the banks give you good reward points or cash points or any good vouchers if you spend some limit, if you spend beyond some limit in any given. So make sure you use your credit card wisely and on needed ones and on the planned ones, and you can reap good benefits out of it. So these are the 9 habits which I want to talk. I think I have thrown more habits, right? So it's not required to follow all of this at the same time, because I have started with 1 or 2, and then I have added more as I progressed upon. So start with 1 or 2 habits, practice those, and then once you feel comfortable, start adding the others, and uh, you will reap the benefits out of it. So that's it, friends. Do like my video, subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos like this. Yeah, bye bye.